12-year-old geography teacher and track coach at Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School when he was killed during a massacre in Parkland 3 years ago this month. Thank you so much for being back with us on MSNBC. Obviously, this is painful, deeply personal to you. So as they go into that meeting, if you could talk to Kevin McCarthy and the other Republicans who will decide what punishment, if any, Marjorie Taylor Greene should face, what would you say to them?
Well, first, thank you so much for having me on today with you.
Thank you.
I think that I would ask both the Democrats and Republicans not to make this a partisan issue, because it's not a partisan issue. This is an issue of right over wrong, an issue of decency over conspiracy theories, and of truth over politics. And I would ask the members of the House, whether Democrat or Republican, whether on the right or on the left, to come together and just not trivialize the murder of Scott, and not let that happen, and the other 16, or demean their memory by allowing Congresswoman Greene to remain on the Education Committee. And, she has, to this moment, denied the substance of the conversation she had with me. She knows that the Parkland shooting did take place. She knows it wasn't a false flag, and she knows it wasn't a staged event. And, all I can ask of her before, anything is to just put the notoriety aside, because this, obviously, at this moment, that's really what it's all about. She's getting such notoriety, and it's really like a child who's getting reinforced for something that they're doing wrong. She needs to put the politics aside and be a mom with a conscience and tell the public the truth. Tell them what she told me. Because really, she's only making it worse for herself by refusing to make a public statement. And you know what? Because of that, I really do think that the Democrats and Republicans need to take this up as not a partisan issue, because it's not. This impacts everybody.
Do you believe that whatever decision comes out of this meeting today is going to tell us about who we are as a country, about how we view what is right, what is truthful, what is decent?
Oh, 100%. 100%. I mean, we're just like, right now, where we're treading, and this, it's really like sides. It's like the left, the right, the Democrats, the Republicans, and we're treading. We don't need to tread. This is about the good of all of us. This is about the United States getting healthy and getting back on a track where we start working together, where we stop wasting so much time on things that really shouldn't even be going on. I mean, there's so many things that we need to fix, and this is just taking away from it. And it's really ugly, and it's really hurtful, and it's dividing. We're so divided, it's even dividing the divided.
We only have a minute left, but I want to ask you about that video from 2019 that resurfaced showing Greene following David Hogg, calling him a coward. What was your reaction, and what did you think when she said that, well, I checked before following him to make sure he was an adult?
It's idle chatter. It's finding excuses. We can all find excuses for everything, okay? But you know what? Treating someone like we want to be treated, and being human, being kind, caring, obviously being truthful, which is something that obviously she's having a really hard time with. But we can make excuses for everything. And it was just an excuse. That didn't have to happen, and look what it's done. We've played that clip over and over and over, which we should, okay? But look at the notoriety she's getting. And I'm not saying that we should look away. I am the last person to ever say look away, because we can't. But we need to do something about it, and we need to take the partisanship away, because it's not going to help us.
Linda Biggles-Shulman, thank you so much for being with us, and I know you will be watching closely, as we will, what comes out of this. Thank you so much. We appreciate it. We have a quick correction on that story about one of the Capitol Hill rioters' requests to take a 4-day vacation in Mexico. The federal magistrate has not yet granted permission for Jenny Cudd to leave the country. Her lawyer did make the request on Monday.